If there's one thing that I am, it's ambitious. This is my August TBR. Hello my friends, my name is Michaela. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we talk about all things thriller books. Today we're going to be speaking about all of the books that I want to read in August. And I know, guys, honestly, I was picking them out and I just couldn't stop. I couldn't help myself. And I just knocked myself out at the same time. And also, I'm not turning them around yet because you're going to have to watch the video. But I've unintentionally picked out like a theme. So you're going to have to stay to the end to find out what that theme is. So without further ado, let's get into the delusional state of mind. Thank you so much for being here. I'd love to know what books you've got on your August TBR, and let's get straight into it. The first book I want to speak to you about is a book that has been on my TBR for so long and I need to get it off. I don't know why I've been putting it off for so long. Maybe because I'm scared, and that is The Watchers by A.M. Shine. You might have heard of this as it was turned into a movie last year, I think it was. Me and Amy went to see it in the cinema and we absolutely loved it. But my friend Ashley says that the book is better or just as good. I'm sure he says it's better. And that's a bold claim because I think we all know they're like, movies never do the books justice, do they? So this book follows a girl who is travelling through Ireland when she is driving through a forest that isn't on any map. And as soon as she gets into the forest, her car just stops working, like literally out of nowhere. She's also on her own. So that's bloody terrifying, isn't it, to be honest? And strange things may be lurking in the forest that may be coming to get her. Now, I'm telling you that based on like what I seen in the movie. So I'm actually really intrigued to see how close the book follows to the movie, because like I said, I thought the movie was great. So if the books like follows that same story, I'll be happy. But if not, I will also be pleasantly surprised. So the movie was also directed by like the horror director, like the king of horror director's daughter. It's Shyamalan. I really feel like I'm saying that wrong. I'm so sorry. But it was directed by his daughter as well. And yeah, I'm going on about the movie because it was fantastic. So I've got high hopes for this. I'm hoping it's going to live up. There is also a sequel to this now. It's called The Creepers, which I also have, of course. So hopefully if I love it, then I can read that too. And I do like books set in Ireland. We've actually got another one in this list that is set in Ireland. It's one of my favourite settings in thriller books. Or is this a horror? Moving on. You're going to have to smack my hand for the next one, guys. You are going to have to smack my hands and tell me off, because this is Julie Chan is Dead by Lianne Zang. And this is an art copy. This book came out in May. And I've not read it yet. I'm a terrible book content creator, honestly. But there's not enough time. Do you know what I mean? There's not enough time to read all of these books. It's like a daily struggle in my life. Anyway, I will put the actual like book cover on the screen because like I said, this is an art copy. And I have been seeing really good reviews for this book. And I actually think this is going to be like a bit more of like, not a lighter read, but I think it's giving funny thriller. It's giving like more like laid back, funny, like Mean Girls vibes maybe. So this follows two twins, Chloe and Julie. And one of the twins, Julie, is like a bit of an influencer. Like she's been welcomed into a group like called the Belladonnas. And like Chloe is jealous. She's jealous of it. She hasn't got the life that her sister has got. I feel like I've got that the wrong way round. I'm really confused. I'm so confused. So if I'm confused, God help you. So basically, I think this is going to be like a bitch, I'm going to steal your life. Except she is going to steal her twin sister's life because Chloe or Julie, whichever one it is, finds her twin sister dead, like the more popular sister. And instead of ringing the police, she's like, I'm just going to be you. That's what's going to happen. And I do kind of like the influencer kind of trope. And I've heard like some disturbing things about this book as well that like might traumatize me. And like I know sometimes like it can be a bit like petty and like surface level, can't it? But like, yeah, I'm just hoping it'll be like a nice palette cleanser, like away from like the really, really dark stuff. I'm hoping it's going to be a bit more lighthearted. Also, if you're noticing the theme of what these books are, I'd love it if you could like comment down below. Place your guesses. No cheating. I have got a couple of books in this list that are new releases because I'm just so excited to read them. And I thought, am I going to sound like a broken record? Because like I've been speaking about these books quite a lot. But guys, I'm genuinely that excited. They've got to go on this month's TBR. So there is a couple you may have heard me speaking about, but like, just hear me out, all right? There is also a couple of others. The Butcher's Daughter by David Demchuk and Corinne Lee Clark. This is a recommendation that I got from Sinead Crack, her YouTube channel. She is an amazing like horror booktuber, so if you're not subscribed to her, I'm sure you are, go check her out. But she spoke about this actually a couple of months ago, and I had it on my pre-order list, and then when I was in Waterstones doing a vlog, they had it there, and I was like, this is my sign, you're coming home with me. And also Carly was reading it, so like I text Carly and I was like, are you loving it? And she was like, yes I am. So I was like, this is my sign. And then I got it home and realised it's got mixed media in it. Something about me is I love mixed media. The mixed media book recommendations video is coming at the start of August, all right? I've heard you loud and clear. I promise that video is coming. So this is set in London, 1887, the Victorian era, my favourite era to read about. And it follows a police detective who has been called to the apartment of a young missing woman, and there she finds some documents, and those documents could spill the identity of Mrs. Lovett. That's her name, Mrs. Lovett. Mrs. Lovett was Sweeney Todd's like accomplice. She was murdering men and baking them into pies. Not just baking them into pies, she was selling them on the streets of London. What a woman. And our police detective is gonna do a bit of digging. Oh, it's not a police detective, it's a journalist. It's a woman journalist. What's her name? Her name is Emily Gibson, and she's going to do the digging and hopefully do like an expose on who Mrs. Lovett and her fancy pies really was. I don't know what it is about the Victorian era. As soon as I find out like a book is set in the Victorian era, it just really makes me want to read it. I loved learning about that like history in school, and I apparently love it in my books now. This is also like a really cute little hardback. I don't know if you can tell. Let me find like a bigger one to show you. So like, this is the next book. No spoilers. But like, can you see? It's a really cute little hardback. And like, this is the little bit of mixed media. This is page 1, so I'm not ruining anything. But like, it's going to be told through like letters and stuff as well. I can't explain to you how long I have wanted to read They Never Learn by Layne Fargo. Mrs. Lovett killed men and baked them into pies. Our main character in this is a lesbian serial killer that's going after men. That's not the theme. That's not the theme of this video, but it'd be a pretty good theme if it was, wouldn't it? So this follows a woman called Scarlett, who is an English professor. Why can't I speak? So this follows a woman called Scarlett, who is an English professor and an even better serial killer. And she is going after all of the predatory men on campus. But the police have started kind of looking into her activities, and is her identity about to be revealed? It's giving good for her. And I do like a book where like, it's wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is wrong, but like, it's kind of like, yeah, you go girl. And like I said, we've never been able to get this in the UK, and I've always like never known why. Like, it wasn't even available as like a Kindle book to buy. It's like Layne Fargo just didn't have a UK publisher, and then she brought out The Favourites, and like that blew up. Like, everybody like loved it, including me. I gave it 5 stars. And then I think as part of that, they've then picked up like her older books, including this. It's also had a new cover. So I've been jealous of all you US and Canada people, but I'm so happy because I finally got a copy, and I'm hoping it's not going to let me down. I've been putting off reading Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby for, I want to say like 2 years. I've literally been putting it off, and I'm like, no, I can't do it. I'm too scared. But every one of you has told me that I'm going to be all right, apart from a couple of you. But most of you have told me that I'm going to be fine. Not to like bore you too much, but the reason I've been worried is because I read My Darkest Prayer by this author and I despised it. I gave it 1 star. I never ever give books 1 star and like they're problematic. And this book was problematic in the way that women were spoken about. Oh, it gave me the ick. But a lot of you have also said the same to me, and that's given me like hope back. But like at the same time, I then know how much of this is a well-loved book, and I don't want to be that person that then comes on the internet and is like, I hated it. It wasn't for me. But we're not putting those vibes out, guys. We are not putting those vibes out. We're going in with positivity. We're going to go in and forget everything that we know about My Darkest Prayer. And this is going to be a fresh start. If you've been living under a rock and you don't know what this book is about, basically 2 fathers, their sons were in a relationship together and they didn't agree with it. Like, they were a bit homophobic and were like, yeah, like, we're ex-cons, like, we don't want anything to do with you, like, you are both gay, go away. Until their sons are killed. So the blurb says that they are desperate to do better by their sons in death than they did in life. These two hardened ex-cons must confront their own prejudices about their children and each other as they rain down vengeance upon those who hurt their boys. So it's giving like good for her. Do you know what I mean? Righting, well, good for him. Same. Righting their wrongs and yeah, getting justice for their sons. So I feel like that's going to be a bit emotional as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, is it going to make me cry? I don't know. We'll see. So you're going to have to come back at the end of August for a wrap up to see what I thought of it. Or if there's any of these books that you want me to read in like reading vlogs, let me know. Always happy to do a reading vlog. I love filming them. They're actually my favourite videos to film, just saying. So the next book I was excited to read, okay? And then one of you lovely people told me in the comments that it is like Wednesday Addams if she grew up in the 80s in the UK. And I was like, say less, my friend. Couldn't be a book more perfect for me, I fear. I don't know if you've noticed, but like I only wear black. Do you know what I mean? And Amy's dad used to call me Wednesday. Do you remember when I was like on the Netflix series? I mean, I'm a bit older, but sure. Morticia. I'm probably more like Morticia, right? Especially now with the hair. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm digressing. Deadly Animals by Marie Tierney. I much prefer the US cover. I'm not going to lie. I think this is all right, but like I wasn't intrigued by it at all until I saw Sydney, one of my favourite book talkers, do a review of it, and it was with the US cover. And then I was like, oh my God, I have that on my shelf. I'm also going to be doing the US versus UK book video. Okay, loads of you told me, and I'm so excited to film that. I'm so bloody excited. So this follows 13-year-old Ava, who is obsessed with catching roadkill. Well, not catching them because they're already dead, but she goes hunting like roadkill. She doesn't play with her mates. She doesn't go to the park. She's out looking for dead beavers. And then one night she goes out and she stumbles across the body of Mickey Grant. Who the bloody hell's Mickey Grant? That's like sad, like I should know who he is. I don't know. Ava, like the good 13-year-old child she is, of course tells the police. And Detective Seth Delahaye has never seen a murder case like this one, as though the victim was set upon by a wild animal. And he's basically going to recruit Ava to help him. He's going to recruit a 13-year-old child to help him solve the murder. Lots of people have also said, like, Ava is given, like, strange Sally Diamond, Molly the maid energy. Like, it's not explicitly said that they're neurodivergent, but they are such interesting characters to read about. They are my favourite type of characters to read about. I've actually got another recommendation, which I don't think I've spoke about on my YouTube channel before. I think I might have, called The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth. If you like those kind of characters, you will love The Good Sister. I don't know why I thought that was a good point to include it, but like, it can be a Rex video as well as a TBR video. God, I'm getting really distracted today. What's wrong with me? The next book is a horror book, and it's Linwood Barkley Whistle. This is actually Linwood Barkley's first like forte into the horror genre. He's always been like your typical solid thriller author. I want to say he's been around for donkey years. But yeah, so this is his first forte into horror, and it's also going to be my first book from him. I say it all the time, but if a book is about like a book or an author, like I love it. Like my interest is immediately piqued. This is it's also about a haunted train set. So this book follows a children's author and illustrator named Annie, and she's having a bad time. She's having a terrible time. Her husband's died. She's going through some shit. So like her and her son have moved to a new area for a fresh start. Annie's son Charlie goes up into the attic one day and he finds the train set, and as any kid would be, he's made up. He's going to start playing with this train set until Annie starts waking up in the middle of the night thinking she can hear a train going past, but like they live nowhere near a train line. Strange things start happening in the neighbourhood, and then she starts drawing weird things in her children's book and can't stop. And again, like I say all the time, I'm not a big lover of paranormal, but if I'm going into a book knowing it's going to be paranormal, I can handle that. So I think I'll be fine. And I have seen everybody giving it like amazing reviews. I do really like the cover of this. Like, even the train looks angry. And you know, I'm excited for a book when I'll buy it in hardback. So, also, if you've got any other book recommendations for me by Linwood Barkley, I would love to know which one is your favourite. Okay, the next book on my TBR is Knock Knock by Michelle Teahen. Have you noticed the theme yet? Have you noticed the unintentional theme, I might add? This is a book that I actually spoke about in my recent vlog and book haul. So like literally my last 3 videos. I am so sorry. I am a broken record. Michelle is an author that I had the pleasure of meeting at Harrogate. She came up to me and Emma and she was so lovely. She's an Irish author. Up the Irish. We love the Irish. And the first thing I did when I got home was order a copy of her book. My friend Ashley, he has also read this and said like it's incredible. So I'm so excited. I met quite a lot of authors at Harrogate and most of them were really nice. Some not so much. So I am prioritising like all the nice authors like books, do you know what I mean? Because like they deserve it. So this book is set in a fancy neighbourhood. I'm going to assume it's Ireland because she's an Irish author. It's called Cowan and it's the picture perfect neighbourhood. It's got manicured lawns and low crime rates which make it the ideal place to raise a family. Things are not always what they seem, are they? A new couple called Marcus and Gina have just moved into the neighbourhood. They seem to be settling really nicely and getting along with all the neighbours, except Marcus has got a secret and you are his next victim. The drama obsessed. I was also so pleasantly surprised when it arrived and it was a massive paperback. It's like a trade paperback size and I just love it. I just think they're like so much more satisfying to read. Oh my God, this has got mixed media. I feel like I knew that and it's just like reminded me as I've started like looking through it. I think it's got really short chapters as well. It has, wow. And I think it's got the podcast trope, and something about me is I bloody love the podcast trope. I know that people think it's overdone. I'm going to disagree with you. I do not. I'm going to get your nails done. Say hi to the video. Hi. Bye. Where are you going?
To get my nails done.
Oh yeah, nice. Before? You have to come back for another video
after.
to see the after.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye. The 20 by Sam Holland. Now this is actually the sequel to The Echo Man, a series that I don't know why. I've got no excuse why I haven't carried on reading it. I do think they can be read as standalones, but like I would recommend you read The Echo Man if you've not read it because that's an incredible book. I speak about it all the time. But yeah, they can be read as standalones because they're just following like the same police detective, you know. In this one, it's a police procedural, obviously. Bloody love a police procedural. Oh yeah, I do. Oh, there's a note just fell out. Oh, my friend Emma bought me this. Thanks, Emma. So the police detectives keep on finding bodies. There's 5 dead bodies and each one of them has a number written on them. So like, what is it counting down to, you know? And they have to try and catch the killer before like they get to 0. Because otherwise, what's going to happen? I feel like I just did a terrible job of explaining what that was about. God, this is chunky. It's nearly 500 pages. Wow, okay. I think they've like, Sam Holland usually does short chapters, so I'm sure it'll be fine. A lot of these books are chunky. What have I done? Okay, the next 2 books, I don't think I've ever spoke about. I don't think I've ever spoke about them. This one I own, the next one I don't. But the first one is Runtime by Katherine Ryan Howard. Katherine Ryan Howard has wrote one of my favourite thriller books of all time, The Trap. Incredible. Wow, what a masterpiece. I think I've only got 2 books of hers left to read in my backlist, maybe 3 actually. But this month we're reading Runtime, and this is about a movie. Like, so it's a book about a movie. I'm just gonna like tell you like all the things that are like ticking my boxes with this book, right? So the book is about a movie. I love movies. It's set in Ireland. Yeah. Another thing, just 2 seconds, give me pause please. It's got freaking mixed media. It's got a script. It's got the movie script in here as part of the book. Like, I'm sorry, what? One more is following celebrities. So basically, a movie called Final Draft, love that name, that could actually be a movie, couldn't it? Is being filmed deep in the forest in Cork, and a former soap star actress has got the job as like the main character. But something isn't quite right about Final Draft when the strange going-ons in the script start to happen on set too. Adele begins to fear that the real horror lies off the page. I also met Katherine Ryan Howard at Harrogate and she was so lovely. Like, I love chatting to her. I told her how much I love The Trap and I was like, you, my friend, are a genius. I've got high hopes for this. This is also another chunky one. But I feel like if they've got like mixed media, they're a lot quicker to read, aren't they? Like, even though they're like over 400 pages, like if it's mixed media, there's like a lot of breaks. I hope. I should have bloody chucked in a novella, shouldn't I, to help, but it's too late now. Okay, the next book I'm going to be reading is called Innocent Guilt by Remi Cohn. And we're actually reading this for mine and Emma's in-person book club. It's Emma's pick this month. We take it in turns to pick books, and yeah, Emma's picked this, and I had never heard of this book, and then we actually bumped into the author at Harrogate. How crazy is that? And Emma was like, oh my god, your book club is our book club next month. Crazy. I think she's a debut author as well. She was a TV producer, or she still is a TV producer, and this is her debut novel, and it sounds so good. So one afternoon, a woman walks into a police station with a baseball bat covered in blood, and she refuses to speak. The blood on the bat isn't hers, so whose is it? And we're going to be following a police detective as they're trying to uncover it, and then a body turns up in a park and has been battered to death. So like, was it her? I actually think it's going to be the start of a series, which is exciting as well, because yeah, it says like on Amazon, book 1 of 1, following like a detective. And yeah, I think it's a brand new release, and I hadn't heard of it. So thanks, Emma. And then we also realised that book club, that is like over 430 odd pages. So we were like, yeah, okay, another long one. You're just going to have to pray for me, guys. Honestly, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know where I think I'm getting all this time from. And I have saved the best till last, because I actually can't believe I got approved for this book. I put my cheeky request in on NetGalley, and I thought, right, let's just pray to the book gods that I will get this book. And I got it. And of course, it's Rachel Harrison, Plain Ice. Rachel Harrison is like one of my favourite authors, like top 5 favourite authors. I bloody love her. Like, I love all of her books. Not all of them, actually. There's been like 1 or 2 I didn't like. But like Black Sheep, Cackle, So Thirsty, they're like 3 of my favourite books. So you know I was squealing when I got the approval email. So like I said, this is an arc. It actually isn't coming out till September, which actually isn't that far away. It's next month. What the fuck? So I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard the premise of this, like when it first got announced, I was like, oh, that's giving Home Before Dark. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what I mean because I've not told you yet. Basically, we meet a girl called Cleo who's like a stylist, she's an influencer, and when she was younger, she grew up in a haunted house. Well, that's what her mother said. But like, her and her sisters don't remember anything about that. Like, so is she lying? Is she telling the truth? Well, anyway, she's just inherited said house. Oh, her mother also wrote a book like about the haunted house as well. So like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you've read Home Before Dark, or you know the premise, like that's very similar, isn't it? Well, anyway, Cleo's just inherited the house. So obviously, because she's like an interior designer, she's going to do it up in the hopes that she can sell it, which means she has to return to her childhood home and face whatever demons may be there. I know a few people have read it. I've seen Hayley Hughes review it, and Ashley also read it, and they all said it was incredible. They've said it's incredible. And you know what? I'm not mad, because I did enjoy Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, but I know it will like have a twist on it that is like makes it Rachel Harrison unique. And yeah, because nobody writes like women especially, and like friendships and sisters like Rachel Harrison. I'm so excited, can you tell? I'm just waiting for the day that Rachel Harrison says she's going to do a UK tour. Like, she goes on tour in the US all the time, and I'm like, come to the UK, Rachel, we love you. And that's it, guys. That's the end of this video. Did you guess the theme? Now I'm looking at it, I'm thinking am I being a bit dramatic? But I thought that there's a lot of red and yellow, isn't there? Would you agree? Maybe more so yellow. But like, there is a lot of red and yellow there. I was like clutching at straws. What do you think? Anyway, I'm delusional as ever. Make sure you come back at the end of the month and see how well I did. If you've read any of these, I would love to know what you thought of them, what you rated them. Thank you so much for being here. As ever, I appreciate you. If you're not subscribed, it would mean so much to me if you did. And I shall see you next time.